We will now test the wiring for flame current detection on the Honeywell 7800 control. This is important because improper wiring of the ignition transformer can result in an explosion causing extensive property damage, severe personal injury, or death. Close manual gas shutoff valve number 1. Close the manual pilot gas shutoff valve and follow the same procedure for multiple gas train configurations. Slide the test run switch on the Honeywell 7800 control or controls to run. Create a demand for heat by sliding the S1 switch on the heat net control into the low fire position. Watch the lights on the Honeywell 7800. No flame current should be detected because there should be no gas to ignite, and the 7800 should lock out and sound its alarm. A flame current is detected at any time up to the Honeywell 7800 locking out, and the manual gas valves are completely closed. This indicates an issue with the components or wired connections to the 7800, and is most likely that the polarity of the power supply to the electronic ignition controller is reversed. Test the polarity with a multimeter. If it is reversed, rewire the power supply to the electronic ignition controller. If this is not the case, refer to the Honeywell 7800 control manual for instructions in the Initial Light-Off Check for Proved Pilot section, which will allow you to identify and remedy damaged sensors or other reversed wiring. Once complete, repeat the steps up to this point. If this is a multiple heat exchanger configuration, this test must be performed on each ignition system simultaneously to ensure that each one is properly wired and has no damaged sensors. Now that the Honeywell 7800 is locked out, no flame current is detected, and no flame is visible through the sight glass. Remove the demand for heat to the Honeywell 7800 control by placing the S1 switch on the heat net control to the off position, allowing the boiler to stop. Then press the reset button on the Honeywell 7800 or 7800s to clear the lockout code. Open manual gas shutoff valve number 1. Open manual pilot gas shutoff valve, and follow the same procedure for multiple gas train configurations. Create a demand for heat by sliding the S1 switch on the heat net control into the low fire position. The boiler will now restart the ignition cycle and should run normally at the minimum input rate. Remove the demand for heat to the Honeywell 7800 control by placing the S1 switch on the heat net control to the off position, allowing the boiler to stop. Now that we know the Honeywell 7800 or 7800s are properly wired, we are ready to test the pilot system.